Hey friends, hope the morning's treating you well. Hope you got your coffee if you drink coffee. I got mine. It's just a beautiful, chilly morning here. I'm somewhere north of Amsterdam, out in a little small town. It's my buddy Sandro Luciano's place. I'm in the garden back behind there. And I heard about Gene Hackman this week passing away. And I wanted to tell a little story that I heard about him through my buddy Phil Kaufman, Road Mangler Deluxe. And I'm doing this from memory, so I hope I get this right. But give me a little bit of latitude on this. I'm on the other side of the world and doing my best to remember it. But Phil Kaufman, he's infamous for being the person who was buddies of Graham Parsons and stole his body and burned it out in the desert. You guys remember that story? Well, Phil had this house in Hollywood, and it was a very cool place. He had a kind of a little guest house in the back that Graham lived in at one time, and Phil would would rent the house out to movies. When they were making movies there, they would film in the house. So when Gene Hackman was making a movie called Night Moves, which if you haven't seen it, man, it is really, really great. It's one of those that people don't talk about, but when you go to watch it, you're like, damn, this is really good. And of course, he's freaking great in it. And but Phil rented his house out so that they could film some of that movie in it. And when Phil, went and stole the body, Graham's body, from LAX airport and took it out to Joshua Tree and burned Graham's body in the desert, fulfilling a pact they'd made between each other, where each one promised they would do that if the other died, blah, blah, blah. Phil came back to his house, and they were filming Night Moves, and Gene Hackman was there. And Phil came back to the house, and the cops showed up and arrested him while they were making the movie. And Gene Hackman's like, what the hell is going on here? And when it was explained to him what was going on and what Phil had done and all of that, Gene Hackman somewhat famously said, well, it sounds to me like we're making the wrong movie here, fellas. And everybody laughed. But Phil would tell that story every now and then, Mangler would, and I always laughed out loud every time I hear it. I'm hoping I got it somewhat right. This is not journalism. This is me, a friend hanging out telling stories to friends on the other side of the world probably right now. Most of y'all are. But the tour's been going really nice, really good shows. A couple sellouts. I think we have a couple sellouts coming up. Played in Eindhoven. They had a giant outdoor sculpture of bowling pins and a bowling ball. Look like they're being hit and they're all flying every which way. Bigger than a house, just huge. And I saw that years ago and was just like, why can't America build things like this? This should be in Milwaukee, or wherever. And I joked about it at the show, and people laughed and had a really good show. I'm going to forget the name of all the places that I've played so far. It's weird to be, like last night I played some kind of folk club or something in Westwoud. It's like spelled Westwoud, something like that, Westwoud, and there are pictures on the walls everywhere of people that I'm friends with, and it's. I was saying on stage, there's pictures of there's Slade Cleaves, Gretchen Peters, so many people, David Olney and Sergio Webb. I love Sergio, man. Sergio's one of my favorite people, and there's a video on here somewhere that me and my buddy Todd Fox made of Sergio playing a song that he used to do with famous Motel Cowboys, I believe. But we filmed that at his house, and it's weird just to like be on the other side of the world in a little bitty town in a folk club and see these pictures of your old neighbors and all that. And so many people, I'm going to forget all the names. So Gerf Morlix, I don't know, I should have written them all down. There's so many. And I was saying on stage, just imagine if you go to America and you end up in, I don't know, Rabbit Hash, Kentucky, some little tiny town, and you go in to some little venue and you see pictures of your neighbors back home, how weird that would feel. All your friends, there's pictures of them on the wall in this little big place. It's a strange feeling. It's a good feeling, but that's a lot what touring's like or whatever. I've said a few times that I'll go to venues. There's a picture that I took with me and my dog Russell, and miss Russell every day, every single day. Loved him so much, and we lost him during the pandemic. But I took a picture of me and him, was like a promo shot for a while, and people still use that for posters. And I'll be walking through a city somewhere in Europe, and I'll turn a corner, and there's my dog that died a few years ago staring right at me. And it is such a weird thing that you never quite get used to. It kind of startles you for a second. And didn't mean to bring that down there or whatever, but I love Russell and miss him. And but yeah, we got shows coming up. I'm told I'm going to play an old church, an old cathedral in Groningen, and it's just about sold out sometime this next week. I'm looking forward to that one. Looking forward to a lot of shows. And then I go to Texas. I'll be home for about a day or two, and then I'm going to drive down to Texas to play in Austin at Seaboys, the SoCo Stomp, and there'll be a lot of people at that. And then I go to Galveston to play at the Old Quarter on the next day, and that's going to be great. Really looking forward to that, and hopefully I'll see you guys at some of those shows. But I did a walkthrough of Amsterdam. I had an off day, and I spent it in Amsterdam a few days ago. And I just went to some of the places that I like and I dig, and that I always try to gravitate to when I'm in Amsterdam. And some of them are off the beaten path. And I just filmed a lot of me walking through and talked about it, and talked about my personal history there, and if something notable happened in music history or whatever. And I made a 47-minute video, and I put that up on Patreon and for channel members, and people seem to really have enjoyed that. And I've also made seems like it was around 30-minute video of around Amsterdam the day before that. And if you have thought about joining Patreon before, but you're not sure, it's there's a free level where you just sign up as a free member. A lot of people do that, and I put a lot of stuff there that I mainly would not do very well on the channel, just because of the way algorithms are and all that, and it might hurt the overall channel. But I can share things like that there, and people seem to enjoy it. And so if you've always thought, well, I don't want to spend money on it or something like that, there's a free level. You could just go there and hang out. It's a really nice extension of this community. Anyhow, you know what I'm talking about. All I'm saying, man, is I'm in the Netherlands having a great time. I'm very groggy right now because I was up late last night playing in Westwoud, and just having a good time and enjoying this. I hope wherever you're at, you're having a great time and enjoying life, and I hope you're having good coffee if you drink it. And I'm going to put this video up here of Sergio Webb, the one I did of his song right here. It's really, really good stuff. Check it out. It's filmed at his old house in East Nashville. I used to love hanging out on that porch, and I will see you somewhere down the road. Much love to you.